Hi, today we're going to do a project about texture. And texture has to do with how something feels, whether it feels fuzzy, sharp, furry, bumpy, prickly, smooth, or it feels like something else. And texture can be either how it feels actually, or how it looks like it feels. We're going to be using some texture plates here that you'll be using to make your texture rubbings. And you're going to be putting these underneath your paper and using the crayons to rub over to create the texture. These are the kind of textures here that I'm going to talk a little bit about and that I'm going to use on my paper. If you have your own ideas and you want to add your own ideas to it, you may do that. Okay, so I'm going to use some short lines for fuzzy, some zigzag lines for sharp, some long lines for furry, some bumped lines for bumpy, some lines that are going in different directions for prickly, and a horizontal line, or it's going to be a long curved line, but it's going to be flat like this to show smooth. Now I'm ready to create my project. My paper is horizontal today, and I'm writing my name at the top. After I have my name written, I flip my paper over. And this first part I'm doing in pencil to get an idea of where my different texture monsters are going to go. It might be a little difficult to see the pencil part, but I'm making some big curved lines to show a space for each of my monsters. So I'm going to start at the bottom and make 1, 2 big monsters, 3, and I want to fit 6 on here, so I have to think about how I'm going to fit it on. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to make it kind of skinnier on the side, 5 up here at the top, and 6 over on this side. Alright, now I've got some spaces where I'm going to create my monsters, and I'm going to start by adding my textures. And you can see here the different kinds of lines I'm going to use to show different kinds of textures. Okay, I'm going to start with my fuzzy right over on this one. And I'm just going to go over that line and add short lines to show a fuzzy texture. Remember, if you want yours to be a different texture, you choose the type of line that you are using. For my next monster, I'm going to use some zigzag lines to show sharp. Okay, after that, my next one is going to be a furry, a soft furry monster. So I'm using long lines that look like they're kind of falling down and curving the way fur does. But I'm not going to do it in here. I need to leave that space still because I'm going to be using my texture plates to put a texture underneath. Alright, now my next one is going to be a Bumpy Monster. So I'm using my bumpy curved lines. Now I'm making my prickly monster. With short lines that are going in different directions. They're poking out. And my last monster is going to be smooth. So I'm going to trace over this line. And keep it pretty straight so that it makes it smooth. My textured monsters need some faces. Think of a face that you could add to each of your texture monsters. The faces you choose don't have to look exactly like mine. I am going to try to make my faces match with the monsters. So my fuzzy monster is going to have a soft looking face. And he's kind of sleepy. He's snoring. He's falling asleep. It's like he's wrapped in a soft blanket. My sharp monster. He's kind of angry and he has angry eyebrows with zigzag lines. He has some oval eyes with dots in them and a sharp nose, and he's frowning. My next monster is Furry, and she's like a cute little puppy. She has little beady eyes and a triangle nose and a happy smile. My next monster is Bumpy, and the Bumpy Monster has some bumpy eyebrows. And half circle eyes. And a straight mouth. My next monster feels prickly. Prickly and sharp. He's going to have some zigzag eyebrows too. Circle eyes, and his eyes are looking in different directions. He's kind of silly. My last monster is Smooth, and he feels peaceful. His eyebrows are just a little bit curved. He's got oval eyes with dots in them. A curved nose. And he's just a little bit happy. He's got a little curved mouth.